Namaste, everyone. I'm Jeni Ji. Now, listen up. Now, on this Cosmic Week's video, I'm going to be talking about from the 13th to the 20th of July. What is coming up every day for you? What can you expect? We have the full moon energy in Cancer. Who is that going to affect? What cosmic signs is that going to affect? How can we transcend through our limitations? How do we work through it? How do we utilize these energies each and every day? And also, what days to not do this or to not do that? Every single day has its own uniqueness, how we can transcend through these energies. And also, how many of you are tuning into my live YouTube video here where I'm doing free psychic clairvoyant videos and answering your questions with my clairvoyant psychic insights? Now, that is coming up here on July 31st, Wednesday at 12 noon Mountain Standard Time, 11 a.m. Pacific or 2 p.m. Eastern. You know I've been going live monthly and offering free psychic clairvoyant readings. Now, for those of you who'd like to book a reading with me in private, soulworkwithjeni.com. So let's start off by hitting that subscribe button in the corner, liking my video and making some comments because it really helps me build my channel up. And I'm very grateful for each and every one of you. So now let's get right into it, you guys. This is a huge week. Like the energies are building and building. We're getting closer to the Lions Gate portal on the 8th of August. You are going to find that this week you are really, really going to be working through and transcending through your limitations. You're going to be like, you know what? I have to set some more strong boundaries. I mean, I literally get slammed with so many message days every day myself, that I have to set boundaries. So just please keep in mind that if you'd like to know what's going on with your life in all areas, please book a reading with me. Go to my website, soulworkwithjeni.com. Okay. So now you're also going to see that you have people coming back from your past. And you're going to be given the opportunity to resolve some issues with them, to really reflect on, what truly happened to me in my relationship, with that person. If it's a friendship, if it's a romantic partner, if it's like a previous business person, anybody. We always have second chances. And whenever we have a second chance, this is your time to gravitate, resolve, and to heal and mend through what was broken. Forgive that person, perhaps. And even when you have people coming back from your past, it doesn't mean you have to invite them back into your life at all. No, that's up to you. That's your journey. So it's really important to really reflect back on it. You can forgive someone so you can move forward and have your own peace of mind, but you have to really take a look at what lessons you learned from that person as well. And do you want to repeat that, and so on and so on? We all heal and transcend in our own ways, in many, many different ways and things. And sometimes, yeah, we're like, you know what? Yeah, let's just retalk it through. Let's see what happened and such like that. Maybe there's new beginnings. Maybe that person you had your eye on romantically is more ready to, be more open to a relationship. I'm just saying. So we all have our own pathway to go through and journey to walk upon. And, it's about your journey. You're on that journey of self-discovery within your soul to see what works for you and what doesn't work for you. But Jeni, I really messed up. Don't worry about that. We all mess up. We all mess up. That's what lessons are for. It's that time to really reflect back and say, what did I say or what did I do? And be really, really honest with yourself. Because when you're connected to your soul, you're going to hear those true messages coming through. If you're living in ego, you won't. You won't hear the messages from your soul. You're blocking that. Would you not rather know the truth of what has happened and admit that, you know what, maybe I did something or I said something that, or I promised you this and I promised you that and it didn't happen, like I'm just saying. So you're going to be walking your walk more this week. And you're also going to be showing more of your abilities and talents and so on. We do have that Master Number Day coming up here on the 16th of July. You're going to be revamping things, starting brand new projects. You could go back and revamp some of those old projects that you had on hold, or maybe you're like, I put this together, but I don't know. I don't know, right? So that's what you're going to be utilizing as well and working through these things. I mean, I multitask all day long. I work 14, 16 hours every single day. I do take time out during the day for myself. I do turn, the volume off of my phone because I get slammed nonstop with messages, but I do get back to people, right? So this week, you're going to be finding that boundaries are going to be really crucial, because if you do want to see changes, how are you going to make these changes when you have constant distractions? Yeah, but how does work for you? How does that move you forward? How does that transcend you forward with moving on with where you want to go? I mean, I have a lot of short-term and long-term goals myself. I'm working on a longer goal myself, and I am planning on getting away next year for a while. So, it's like working towards certain things, goals and projects and so on to get me there. This is a year for you, the universal 8 year, where it's more about you. You're going to be healing more. You're going to be reflecting more on the past. This is why it's like you're getting triggered with certain situations from your past, if it's with people or what's happened, the not so good things, because your soul is bringing that up on purpose for you to heal and work through. Really, really work through and let go of, right? Like I'm still healing myself from different things. We all heal in our own way. There's different ways that we can do that. So it's really important to connect with your heart. When you're healing through situations, keep your heart open. If you close your heart, you're not going to heal. Yeah, but Jeni, it's too painful to keep my heart open. I understand that. I get it. However, if you want to really transcend and work forward, you have to keep your heart open as you're healing. Yeah, but Jeni, I could break down when I'm driving. I could break down whenever I'm in class. I could break down when I'm at work. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't matter. This is your journey. Your journey. The divine is within you. You have a huge support team with your angels and angelic guides. They're there for you. How many of you have felt where you're like, geez, I feel really alone, or very lonely and so on and that. And then, all of a sudden you kind of feel like, I feel somebody's around me. I just don't know who or what. That's one of your guides. It could be one of your loved ones or one of your pets, one of your angels that are with you, just to energetically feel, you know what, you're not alone. We are here with you. We see and acknowledge all of your pain and suffering that you're going through. They are there. Reach out to them, talk to them, ask them to give you a physical sign. So, you might also find that on the 13th of July, you're more optimistic and determined, feeling that, I'm more disciplined with, setting boundaries. I'm more disciplined with working on my goals. I'm more disciplined with working on this or this or this or that. Take blocks out for you, like block certain times in the day if you can. Yeah, but Jeni, I have family and I have my business and I have this. I get it. I understand. So it's like maybe wake up a little earlier, maybe go to bed a little earlier at night, maybe take a little extra break on times and certain things. That's why I turn my phone off throughout the day, because it's like sometimes I just like, okay, you can just chill out for an hour or whatever time. My phone's turned off throughout the day, a lot, right? You know, and I'll just check it because I don't want to hear those messages nonstop coming in nonstop, right? So, you know, we all handle things in our own way. So now you're also going to find, you know, what do I really, really want to change? What is not working for me anymore? Like what truly is not working? Is it a relationship? Is it a job? Is it where you're living? Is like whatever it is, you're going to get triggered more and more and more and more this week. Because wow, this is why you're going to really be transcending through your limitations. Your soul has been showing you for quite some time what is restricting you, what is limiting you, and so on. You know, we only have control over ourselves, not anybody else or the world or anything that else is going on. You know, there's a lot of restrictions still. I mean, I had to unpack my entire place for the third time. All these other places I wanted to move to and was looking. You know, the rents are so extremely stupid high that I'm like, well, I have no control over that. I have no control. So it's like looking at reality, staying grounded in it, and being grateful that you at least have a place. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm very grateful for the smallest things in life. I want to be more free and restricted and not restricted and be able to do certain things, right? You know, so really, really pay attention to what is going on. Like we literally have this full moon coming up in Cancer on the 20th, 21st. It's the new buck moon, right? New full moon. So you're going to find that Leo, Cancer, and Capricorn are going to be more affected during that full moon. You know, different moons, new moons, Mercury's, all of these kinds of things, different signs, zodiac signs get affected more than the others. You know, we could be more emotional. Cancer's all about, you know, like watery, more sensitivity. You know, it's all about like family and home and everything. You're going to want to feel more balanced during that time. You know, you're going to have some challenges coming up as long as you are surrendering to it. Like I surrendered finally with where I'm moving. I was going to move to British Columbia. There's no doctors out there. There is no doctors out there. Having my surgery, my medical procedures, which I'm still going through, it's like the reality is I can't move out there. I was going to move out there and then fly back to here, to Alberta, to see my doctor. And I'm like, that's pure insanity. BC welcomed me with open arms. The landlord, sure, no problem. Whatever places I wanted, I got accepted. Here where I'm in Alberta, no, 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 right? So that says a lot. So we can all have these long-term goals and things, and it's like, okay, let me work around that. If it's with a job, if it's with a situation, if it's with goals. Yes, we have to tweak our goals at times with certain things, right? You got to really trust. You got to really trust the process, no matter how much we fight with ourselves. You know, divine timing is everything. You know, the long-term goals I've made to where I'm going to will bring me a lot of peace. So it's like, okay, the reality is this. The reality is that that's what's really important. You're going to find you're going to have a lot more strength during that full moon. You're going to be doing a lot of inner reflecting. And during that full moon time, you might get that pull to go more towards nature. You know, maybe some of you are going to be like, you know what, I need to get more in touch with like the country. Maybe I want to go for some hikes in the mountain. Maybe I want to go to like more of a quiet area where it's just like myself, where I'm hearing not the concrete noises of the city. So during certain times, that's why you're like, why am I getting drawn towards going to the mountains? Why am I getting drawn towards, let's say, going to the ocean? Because we all get affected with these energies of the planets. That's why I talk about daily events. And it also affects our body as well. You know, like even on the 14th to 16th, you might find that your genitals and anus and prostate area, gentlemen, are going to be a lot more sensitive. You know, it affects these planets, different parts of our body, and also your animals as well. So you're going to find the 17th and the 18th, your liver, hips, and thighs might be a little bit off. And please, I always mention this in all my videos, please make sure that you're gently stretching. Don't push or force it. There could be a lot of more breakages, muscle tears, a lot of things, especially muscle and bone connected this year. So be very careful if you have, like a little puppy, let's say, for an example, really keep an eye on it, that it doesn't jump on the sofa or something higher up and jump. I don't even want to go there because I can literally see this happening to someone, right? So just be really, really, really careful. You're going to find between the 19th and the 20th, your backbone might bother you more, a little bit knees and joints and your skin and your hair might be a little bit off, right? So maybe some of you are going to be like, I just got to get my hair done that day, Jeni. It just looks horrible. Maybe some of you are like, no matter, I fight with my hair every day, right? So this is a really good week for you guys to really push it through. You're going to be adapting a lot more on the 18th and the 19th to your current situation, what is truly, truly, truly going on. We also have the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde coming on the 17th as it begins on the 4th and 5th of August. And that can be, challenging even while as, you might find that you're going to want to detach from drama and negative events and so on and so on and so on. Because you're going to be like, I can't deal with this. I got my own stuff to deal with. I'm so bombarded. I don't need all of your negative energy with this, and that, right? So this is where the setting boundaries is coming through, and you might find that you're going to have even, like electronical technical issues. There could be some delays coming around that time, right? It's like if you're traveling between the 17th and the 4th and 5th, and even into August, right? Lost luggage, travel delays. This is all part of Mercury retrograde. I try to avoid traveling during Mercury retrograde as much as possible. I always remember when I went to the Big Island, it was Mercury retrograde, and I wasn't even thinking, oh my God, every single day I was there, something major happened. I lost my ID in my wallet. I lost my phone. I had like partiers were beside me in the ocean suite I was in, like it was just like huge major stuff. And I'm like, what is going on? None of this stuff ever happens when I travel. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's Mercury. And that was the first time I had been to the Big Island that time. So when you travel to a new place that you've never been to, you'll get more challenges there. If you travel to a place you've been before, you'll still have some challenges, of course, but it won't be as big as traveling to a new location. But I'll talk more about that as we get into Mercury retrograde as well. So it really comes down to, what are you guys changing this week? How are you transcending through it? Start writing down what you really like to change. What are you guys fighting with? What are you struggling with? It's like, add that to your vision board of, what, I really need to change this part of my life, or I really need help from the spirit world to give me the strength or the will or the courage to make this happen, or so on and so on. Write it down. I just recently started something very big myself, which is, it's a longer goal as well. It's another one of my goals, right? And it's not easy, I can tell you that. However, because I just can't deal with something anymore, I'm like, no, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get me forward now. I'm done. I'm done. We all have limitations, and we get to a certain degree where, like pain can really push you forward. It's like taking advantage of, I can't deal with this anymore. I am done because of whatever reasons. That's when the breakthrough can happen. That's when the transformation could happen. And this very well could happen to you guys this week, right? You're going to be transcending through these limitations no matter what. So have faith, you guys. Really have faith and believe in yourself. If there's other people around you that are very negative and you can't do that, why are you doing that? Oh, no, 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 no. We want you to do this and come here. Well, screw off, right? You have the power to say no. You have the power to say, you know what? I'm not able to do this right now because I'm working on this, or I'm working on myself, or like whatever it is, right? You're going to know. So it's a huge week right now. And you might find that your sleep patterns will start to get off as we move closer to the full moon. Put your crystals outside or on the ledge to get some energy coming through. And actually, I'm going to pull that card right away with crystals. I just felt that right away. I heard that from spirit. Right? How many of you guys like crystals and use crystals? Do you have like a favorite crystal? I love all my crystals personally. And whenever I wake up in the morning, I'm like, okay, which crystal is calling me? Which crystals am I feeling the pull towards? Because crystals have a lot of energy and vibrational frequency in it. So this is why it's really good to recharge them, especially under a full moon or a new moon, right? Especially, right? It's like having a battery and then it starts to get low. So either you can recharge it or you throw it away, right? However, with a crystal, you don't need to throw it away. You can recharge it. So now let's ask the cards. I'm hearing the crystals coming through. I never know what energy and messages I hear from spirit. I get messages 24/7. And I'll give you your messages on my live readings if you're tuned in. How many of you are going to tune into my live readings here on YouTube? You have to subscribe to my channel to get notifications. Follow me on Instagram, Jeni Cousins, because I will follow you back. And my team puts a lot of notifications and things up there as well, right? So now the 13th to the 20th, what is the message from the land of the crystals? Some messages from the land of the crystals. What is the message from the crystals? Whoa. What is the message from the 13th to the 20th from our crystals? Now, right away, there. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, Amazonite. Loosen your grip. Now, how cool is that? Don't force anything. Don't push anything. I stress that out beyond stressing that out. Trust the timing, work towards your goals, reset goals. This is the time to, like when you're starting to reset things, and you're starting to evaluate certain things as well, right? Loosen things up a little bit. Like don't hang on to things so tightly. Like I'm saying, like I will turn my like the ringer off and turn it to mute, so I can have time for me. And it's like, not having to answer 101 messages every second, right? So like loosen up, let go a little bit more, have fun, even let go and like have fun with your inner child, So I love it, right? I love it. So what is the message from the spirit world, the 13th to the 20th? Oh, wow. Wow. This is a really nice card, actually. Now, how I said during the full moon time, right? You might get pulled to go and walk towards Mother Nature. I mean, the summertime, a lot of people get away on holidays and vacations and such like that. So we all go to a place that we want to go to or whatever we're feeling pulled towards, of course. And going to the mountains, it brings you a lot of strength, right? How many of you are in the mountains right now or going to the mountains? The mountains bring a lot of strength. Like I personally am only drawn to the Himalayan mountains and the Colorado mountains. I'm not drawn to the Canadian Rocky Mountains at all. But they're very beautiful. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people that I'm only a 90-minute drive from the mountains where I'm at, right? But I'm not drawn to the mountains. I'm like, no, been there, done that, right? So, however, it's a very beautiful place. So if you guys go to the mountains for the day or, gone there for a few days or whatever, how many of you come back and feel like that fresh mountain air or going on a hike somewhere and you're like, yes, this is exactly what I needed to get away from the concrete city and so on, right? How many of you are going to the mountains? Mountains are really nice. Mountains are really nice. So, all right. So let's hear from our animal world, actually. Here we go. Land of our animals. And really pay attention as well to your animals, you guys, as I'm saying. You know, full moon time as well. They're very sensitive. I mean, they're sensitive as it is anyway, so they can see and hear and feel everything. You know, that's going on no matter what. So, what is the message from our animal kingdom? Like I get messages all the time, and also I'm an animal communicator. What is the message from the 13th to the 20th of July from our animal kingdom? Many fell out. This is a message from our animal kingdom from the 13th to the 20th. The donkey fell out. I always remember a donkey, and when I lived in Colorado, Eleanor, I'm not going to say the name. I'm not going to say the full name for many reasons. It was like a haunted house that me and my brother and my dad would go to in Colorado when I lived in Colorado Springs. I'm not going to give the name or anything. There was a donkey there that lived there on our property. Like a witchy house, haunted house. There's a lot of things happen there. So all the trees on the property were like were dead. So now the donkey here says, keep your heart open no matter what. Archangels Mary and Gabrielle are with you. So as you're healing, as I talked about earlier, when you're healing something, really important to let and keep your heart open to help you work through the pain, to help you let go. When you close your heart, you're suppressing your emotions, which blocks your chakras. It'll keep coming up and up and up. You know, like even during full moons, you know, like new moons, we have Chiron energy for the whole rest of the year, for the full rest of the year as it is. So that also helps you release and heal even more. And you will get triggered and triggered. Your soul will purposely trigger you with what is out of alignment, with who is not working anymore for you. And that can be painful. Ending a friendship, ending a marriage, ending a relationship, ending a job, ending a business connection, like whatever it is, right? You know, endings are you know, can be very painful at times or very emotional. However, look back and see what you learned from that experience. You know, we all have our good and bad times and you know, throughout our process. That's your journey of self-discovery, which helps you transcend forward. And it's really important to surrender what was and to embrace the new doors that your soul is unlocking for your future. Keep your heart open. Experience the pain and release and let go. Because when you get triggered, and we have past traumas and situations, your nervous system gets immediately affected. So that's why you can go, you know, like you can have panic attacks even through that situation and go into the fear zone and such like that. You know, because walking into the unknown, you might also even find this week too, by the way. I walk into the unknown all the time. That's just me, right? You know, but it's just trusting the process. You know, wearing hematite. Actually, I'm not wearing hematite today, but I don't have any near me. But hematite can also help you keep grounded. You know, like going to the mountains, getting in touch with Mother Nature, because during full moons, you might feel off. You might feel like off-centered. You know, that's why certain times we might even wake up and feel really exhausted with kind of heavy energy for the day. You know, and there's reasons why that's happening. To slow down. This week, you're going to find it's time to slow down, especially on the 18th and 19th, to slow down a little bit more. Really slow down. Stop pushing 101 things. Like I multitask all day long myself, as I said, right? You know, but we still need to slow down. You know, I slept in earlier this morning and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm really behind. And I'm like, so what? So what? Answer the priority. I'll get back to things later. Right? So what's the cosmic message from the 13th to the 20th? From Spirit. 13th and the 20th from Spirit. What's the cosmic message? The past. Absolutely. Now, what did I talk about? How people from the past are going to be resurfacing. Who has come back and who, let me know who's come back from your past. Are you forgiving them? Or have you shut the door on them? Are there new beginnings with that person? Have you worked things through? Have you resolved situations from them? Let me know. Let me know. You know, it's that time to really resolve things. You can't run from things. If you run from situations, it comes back, right? So is it not better to resolve situations with someone or a situation so you can move on from it? Because if not, it follows you no matter where you go towards. So now, how many of you are going to subscribe to my channel? How many of you are going to like my video? How many of you are going to follow me on Instagram at Jeni Cousins? I will follow you right back. And most importantly, how many of you are going to be tuning in to my live psychic clairvoyant readings on the 31st of July, 12 noon Mountain Standard Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, or 2 p.m. Eastern Time. My team puts links up. My team puts information up. Follow me on social media, on Instagram. I'm literally all over the place, but Instagram is the best place. Okay, you guys, wishing you an amazing week. Until next time,